What I'm going to teach you all today is what helps me bring a realistic look or a very beautiful look, or when you all look at my work and you all say that yes, it is looking like a real tree or a real sky or a real water, right? So I was taught this by my teacher, and today I'm going to share that with you all. Okay, it's not tricky, it looks tricky. It all depends on how we hold our colors. Okay, so at any point you have a doubt, please do ask me, because once if we understand this particular technique of coloring, take it from me, you will always get a very different look in your artwork, which will outstand, which will have an edge over anybody else's artwork. Okay, I mean, I feel very happy saying this because when I was taught by my teacher, I was actually like, I used to think that it is very difficult. Initially it will be, first few days you will have that, okay, how to get the curve, how to get the straight line all together, how to get a little shiver in your fingers when you're using the colors and get that shiver in your colors. It will be little tricky initially, but take it from me, once you've done it, it is going to be an amazing work. Okay, so shall we begin?
Yes. So is it really going to be hard?
So I'm going to first start with a little bit of look on the clouds. Y'all can work along with me, or y'all can just have a look at it right now. Okay, that how it is being done. So I'm going to just take cobalt blue. Okay. Oops, sorry. And see how I'm holding the color, because that is what matters over here. I'm holding the color over here. I'm not holding here, nor am I holding here. I'm holding it here where this red line is. Okay, and I'm coloring horizontally. Very light. I'm sure it's not even visible on the screen.
I mean, you want to color the clouds?
Yes, I'm just coloring very lightly. Okay, I'm just going to color small bit for us to understand that how the coloring has to happen. Okay, so I've colored cobalt blue. After this, I'm going to take Prussian blue. I'm going to hold again in the same way, not like this, in the same way. And see, I am making curves, but I'm not going like this, right?
It's like you're drawing lines.
Exactly, but they're all like curved lines.
Should we do it with you?
You can do it with me, or you can just have a look at it right now. Whichever you are comfortable with. Okay? I again take cobalt blue.
And can you tell what's the first color you use?
Cobalt blue. Okay? And now I need to blend my Prussian blue with cobalt blue so that it looks that it is a part of it. Right? Because nobody comes and puts the cloud on it on top of the sky. So even my blending will also happen in the same way. See, it is all happening because I'm holding the color here. So it is moving very smoothly and slowly.
And what are you doing with cobalt blue?
Yes. Now I take white and I'm not coloring with white. Okay, I'm not going front and back. I'm keeping my color here. I'm just pulling it. I'm keeping.
We have like the first color. It should be very light, right, ma'am?
Exactly, it should be very light, like how we see in a clear sky. So I'm just pulling the colors. So basically I'm blending them.
Ma'am, like some clouds are moving?
Correct. There your simple basic cloud is done. Now let's understand how do we get the leaves, different kind of leaves, especially coconut tree leaf, right? So let me take some colors like deep green. I'm just randomly taking colors, okay? Olive green, yellow ochre, and of course leaf green, okay? Now let's say I have my coconut tree leaves over here. Okay, I've just drawn some rough lines. I begin with leaf green. Now in coconut tree leaves, if you all have observed it, it has got too many strands, too many lines in it. And each line is seen separately. That's how beautiful nature is. Isn't it? So, I first hold the color like this. Instead of holding in the normal way like this or like this, I'm holding it like this. Like almost 90 degree. And I'm just going to color the lines. But if you notice, I'm not coloring like one line. I'm going like broken lines.
Ma'am, this is the test we are going to do at Sunday.
Okay. So see, I'm just going broken lines. Plus, I haven't colored them very dark. Now, how to get the thin lines from this part of the color and not from the behind part? It's all about, again, how we hold the color. So I'm going to hold my color exactly like this and just get thin lines. Okay? How are we holding the color? 90 degree. Absolute straight. You're holding your color. Yes, we are holding the color with the help of index finger and thumb. My middle finger, ring finger and little finger goes here. So basically you're holding the color like this and you're turning your hand like this. Yes, Varna, correct. Give a try, everybody. First, hold it like this. Make sure that the tip of the color is on top and the bottom of the color is below our fingers. Now keep your hands straight. Now start turning your middle finger, your little finger and little finger, and turn this like this and your thumb comes here. So it's like 1, 2 and your thumb comes here. So thumb is what is supporting the color over here. Perfect, Varna. Yes, and you just color with this. And try it out, you all will get thin lines. Give a try, everybody, and tell me how is it looking.
Thin lines.
Thin lines?
Ma'am, I was holding it little wrong, so I got a little fat.
That's okay. With the regular practice, you will get it you'll get the same thin lines.
Ma'am, what's that thing like it's like that a coconut tree, ma'am?
Yes, we are trying to get the leaves of the coconut tree.
Ma'am, you are using that.
I'm just using random colors, beta. I'm using deep green, olive green, yellow ochre. Now, if I want to get another color on top of this, I still need to get this kind of a look, right? I again hold the color in the same way and in between.
Ma'am, for me it's kind of like
That's okay. More, as I said in the beginning of the video and in the beginning of the class, that with a regular practice of this, for me also, when I also started, I was of the same age as you guys are right now. So it was...
I'm sorry,
It did take me time.
The same thing at next Sunday also.
With regular practice, we will get those thin lines that we want, how the look should be. Now the look that I always try to get in trees, in the regular trees, by blending the colors and still making it look as if it is up and down and like, overlapping. I'll continue with the same colors. Maybe I'll just take medium yellow. So what I generally do, and this is what my guru taught me. See, this is how I'm holding the color. I go with small scumbling. Okay? In this direction, in upside direction, little bit here, little bit side. So I don't color the entire leaf part. I randomly color based on the light source where I want it to be light. Okay? Then I take the next color. I try to blend that color with the base color of yellow. Okay? Now in some places green,
the next side.
wherever, whichever side. If you have space in the same side, go ahead. Okay? Now if you notice, you already get a feeling that yellow and green are overlapping each other. Now if I take a darker color over here.
Ma'am, is it black?
No beta, it is deep green. I know on screen it is looking black. It's deep green.
Ma'am, it looks like green.
Okay?
Ma'am, this is like the same thing you have done with the last tree.
Correct. Okay? Now I want this dark part to go behind. So what I do, I either take deep yellow or lemon yellow and I scumble on it. Please, the thing that is to be noted over here is, I am not coloring like this. I am not scribbling like this. No, I am not doing this. What I am doing is, I am doing this. But
Ma'am, it's basically the same thing that we did in the tree.
yes, so what I am doing is, I am doing scumbling but in a very small area. Understood? I am not scribbling. Nor am I scribbling in this way. Nor am I coloring like this. I am going small scumbles. I am overlapping each other. And I am coloring in between to blend the color without using an oil, any kind of oil, without using any kind of smudger, blender or anything. To get a natural look in oil pastels, we don't need to use oil. We don't need smudgers and all. Okay?
Ma'am, it's just like overlapping on the curve.
Exactly. And overlapping in the right places, that gives you the difference in the color. Understood? Now for water, what do we do? Let's say I take light blue. Okay, just like sky color, but this time I'm holding it here. For sky I held here. This I'm holding here.
Ma'am, because water is colorless.
Yeah, true. So I'm just going like this.
Ma'am, can you tell me the colors?
Yes, beta, I have taken light blue. Okay, and I'm randomly coloring. So I have a lot of white space also left. I have some effects of line also over here. So I can see some lines also over here and I can see some white spaces also. Let me take Antwerp blue. I'm just going randomly. Yeah, I'm sure my coloring is not visible because it has been done absolutely lightly. So even if I put shadow, I don't think so you'll be able to see it. So that's how your first base layer should be. Now I'm just taking randomly Antwerp blue. Now this time I'm going to hold it little close and also
Ma'am,
little.
I can't even see it when I paint.
So now I'm going to take Antwerp blue, like depending on what color or what reflection is coming on water. Based on that we choose the color. Okay, so I'm just randomly going with Antwerp blue. This time I'm going to hold it here. And I'm going to hold, and my grip on the color will be little tight. It won't be like this. Okay, see my index finger how it is changing. It's not like this. It's going to become like this. Right? Yes, correct, Antara. And I was talking about shiver in the finger and shiver in the color, right? Generally what happens when we are coloring on water area, we color like this. Or we color like this. No. Not always. This is only sometimes. You keep your color here. Okay? And just go like this.
Moving slowly.
Moving slowly as if, you know, when in fever our body shivers.
I feel cold or like
Yeah, that can correct. Okay. Right? And randomly lift your hand wherever you want. Right? Is everybody following till here? Okay. Now I can take light blue again or cobalt blue again and right below wherever I colored with Antwerp blue.
I'm just seeing.
Yeah. Just with the same shiver. I'm not coloring on Antwerp blue. I'm coloring right below Antwerp blue. But I'm touching the edge of Antwerp blue. The bottom edge of it. If we want any kind of white effect somewhere to show the waves, then we color with white like this. We blend the blues with white. Not necessary every time you need white. White is needed only if you want to show that okay, it is like very white effect, or like the sunlight is falling. That's it.